Hi and welcome to this video. This is JEMcg, and today we're going to go over some basic modeling in Blender. But first, in the description of this video you're going to find this image. A link to this image. You can download it. It's going to be what we're modeling. It's a basic chair, nothing exciting, but pretty much everything you're going to need to know to get started will be basically taught through this video. Alright, so just download that. Oh, actually, I don't want to. Let's put that down here. And let's get into Blender. Got the default scene here. Don't need this light or the camera. Just the cube. And let's jump over into edit mode. And let's see. Based on the image, I'm going to kind of start with the base or the seat. So let's select, oh, you know what? Yeah, it's not turned on. Control select, oh, and one more thing. I want to turn on, there we go. Okay. Now you can see what I'm doing. Alright. GZ, let's drag that up. So it's pretty thin. I actually got some more. Just a bit like that. Okay, so that was easy. And now let's do this, and I guess we'll scale on the X just to taper this in a bit, because chairs usually have the back a little bit thinner than the front. Alright, check our reference. Looking good so far. Alright, so there's a weird hump you'll see in the middle here. I guess that's to be more comfortable. But let's not worry about that yet. We'll do that at the end if you want to add some extra details like that. Am I happy with that taper, or do I want to go a little more? I'm going to go a little bit more. Like that, yeah. Okay, so the next thing is let's add another cube. Scale that down quite a bit. It's going to be our first leg here. So let's see. Where do I have it? I'm going to bring it in a bit more. And back a little more. Okay, that works. And then let's grab the bottom of these. Oh, that's interesting. Drag that down to about there. Looks okay. We might make that a little bit longer. There. Alright. And then let's do S to scale that down. So it's kind of got, you can tell in the reference that it tapers towards the bottom. We want to simulate that. Okay, so that's basically is the first leg. Let's duplicate it. Oh. And Shift D and drag that along the x-axis and just sort of bring it, it's about there. Alright, so we basically eyeballed the placement of these two legs. but there's a quick and easy way that we can snap them to exactly where we want them. So let's select this base here, and we're going to tap into edit mode here. Let's zoom out a little, and then Control R to create an edge loop. Drag that up to about there. That looks okay. And then I'm going to create 2 more this way. So now, instead of dragging those into place, we're going to scale them so it's even on both sides. But we're going to scale on the x-axis so that we don't get anything we don't want. About there should be good. Yeah, looks okay. Alright. So now, in order to snap these correctly, we're going to have to change this to bounding back center, which it may be by default. We also have to turn snapping on and turn the snapping to vertex, and instead of closest, we want center. So tab out just like this. So this is the center point, or the object origin of the leg, and because we want that to snap to our point we created, we have to change all those settings. So now we can just go G, snap, G, snap. Perfect. Now they're both exactly in the same place. And that wasn't hard at all. These extra edges we added here, we can delete. We don't really need them, but we might want them later if we add shape to this base more. So we're just going to leave them for now. And okay, so we also need to create a little I don't know, extrusion off the back of here, because you can kind of see in the reference the base continues out along this back edge. The easiest way would just be to extrude this. Let's go into base mode, select E, like that. There we go. This might be too long. So let's actually fix that. And go into vertex, B selection, and just move that along the y-axis a bit. That. Yeah. Alright, back to faces. Check this out a bit more. Okay, yeah. That looks about right. Okay, so now let us make the back legs / backrest, because it's actually all one big piece. So let's add another cube, scale that down. I feel like I'm flipping the normals. There we go. Drag it back. I do have snapping on. Turn that off. It's just gonna be annoying. Actually, we could use it to our advantage here. So let's turn it back on. Instead of center, we'll do closest. And then let's do that. And that. Perfect. Let's go to edit mode. And let's drag that up to there. Like that. That looks good. Oops, did not mean to select that. Cool. Actually, oh, it is kind of flush. We might change that later. Oh, not what I wanted. That, alright. So just because it's a little too perfect, you don't always want that. I'm just going to bring that out a little. And this one out a little. Now, in reality, it would probably not fit that perfectly. I'm actually going to take the whole thing and just scale it up a little bit. Z-axis just a smidgen. Okay. Now, we want to get this bottom leg, so let's hit the E to extrude, bring it down. That's fine. G. Oh, not really what I wanted. GZ. Down that far, but we're going to also drag it back. Like that. It's probably drastic, but I like it. And then we also want to go up for the backrest. So we'll grab this face, extrude that up. Nothing to really snap to. This is, oh, this is the only thing up here. So we're going to go like that high. Make sure my proportions are all skewed. Let's take another message. I'm going to want to drag that back a bit as well. Like that. Okay. So looking at the reference, both ends need to be scaled down. So let's just scale that a bit. That, and then select that face. Oh, wrong way. Scale that in a bit. Should be nice to have it kind of even with that one, but that's okay. Kind of starting out at different shapes anyway. Okay, so looking good. Oh, now would be a good time to probably save our progress. Should have done that in the beginning. So go up here to File, Save As, and then you can kind of choose your directory. That's mine. I'm going to name it Chair Model Tutorial, I guess. Oh my god, I can't spell here. There we go. Chair Model Tutorial. Whatever. Save as button file. Alright. Kind of always been a big mistake on my part. I never save often enough and I always fuck up. So, yeah, don't do that. Alright. Let me tab into object mode again, and we're going to select this. How do I want to snap it? Shift D, GZ, oh, wrong vertex, GX, like that, but we don't really want that because we changed it. Actually make more sense if, oh, I think I did that right. Perfect. Alright, so now we got a pretty good base to our chair. Let's work on the little backrest bars, I guess you could call them. Yeah. Add another cube. Scale that down. All right. So obviously it's going to need to be a lot thinner, so we'll scale along the y-axis, bring that in, like that then, not like that. It's not be that tall, I don't think. Look at your reference. Maybe actually that's right. So it just seems to go to the very top, maybe a little bit of a lip. So just grab that, snap, snap, oh, and snap it. All right, so I'm actually just going to come down a little and go back a little. And I probably, let's rotate along the x-axis here so it's following. Yeah, more like that. And then I might actually forward some. But what I don't like, that's probably okay. Okay, let's go to edit mode, select this face, and drag it over. Perfect. So now we got the first one. We need two more, and they are slightly smaller. But before I do that, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a bit of a curve to each of these, so let's create that so we don't have to do it for each one. We can do it once and then make minor edits. Alright, so Control R, let's do 4, 3, 4, we'll do 4. Right click to get that in the center, and then let's see, just sort of G and then Y, a little bit back, like that. Select these guys, and then, oh, too much. I don't know, I want to go back a little further, and then we'll probably just Alt-Shift select those two, and there we go. It's not perfect, but it'll do. Like so. Okay. We can smooth that out actually. So let's just, I think over here, smooth them. Oh, that didn't really do anything, did it? Never mind. Alright. Let's just duplicate down our two. Oh, I wonder if that's too small. In comparison, no, it's fine. Oh, Control D. No, we want Shift D. Let's bring that down. Let's not do it that way. GZ. Bring it down. There. And then we'll scale on the Z-axis. Yeah, that works. Drag it forward just a bit. that. It's a bit more. Not too much. Yeah. And one more. Keep doing Control, Shift D, and then GZ. Actually, I can get that one up further. That. Up here. Forward first. See how that looks. Alright, that's looking pretty good. So we pretty much got the backrest done. Look at that. Let's save. File, save, or Control S. Shortcut there. And now let's work on the little supports for the legs. So there's like boards in the middle of the legs, and there's some that are right below the seat. So let's work on those first. So go add mesh cube, scale that down. We want that, it's way smaller. So we're going to scale on the y-axis. It's pretty thin. Yeah. Just snap it here. Oh, it's not really what I wanted, but that works. And there. Yeah, that's way too tall. Let's have an edit mode. So this. Oh, and I just like that. So face. Let's bring that up to there, maybe. And this over here. Not too far. Ah, that works. That might still be too tall. So we'll just go with this. Bring it up a bit more. Yeah, I think that's good. Now, we can't really tell from the reference if there's anything on the back. So I'm gonna not do the back and see if that makes a difference. Oh, and I see a problem. I will show you the fix. So let's Shift D. Oh, no. Go into object mode first. Now Shift D. And we're going to hit R and then 90. First, we gotta do RZ90. That's kind of snap in the center there. I don't know if you can tell the issue. Right here, seeing the reference, that is actually flat, and then it sort of curves back down. Way down there, so it's easy to fix. We'll just grab, go here, edit mode, edge select, and then alt-click that edge loop, and come down. To there or something? I think we'll go down just a tad further. Like that. Okay, that changes the look a little. It's not bad. Okay, and we also actually, 90 degrees was not what we wanted. Look at that. So we'll probably just eyeball this. Let's rotate on the Z axis like that. And then, let's see. little bit less. Nope, nope. That looks good. All right. And I wonder if, now that I look at the reference, I don't think that taper's there. That's okay. We did it. We like it. But this is going to have to kind of come back a lot to work with our leg here, which may be a little bit too far in. Yep. And that causes some interesting issues. Now, okay, so select this. Let's have in the edit mode and do, yeah, we don't need to select everything. We just need, let's go into vertex mode and then select both of them. Like that. Let's just scale that out. X. Let's make the center just a little bit closer to the edge. And let's try it there. So now we need to change this back to center. And G. Maybe too close. A little too close? Yeah, I think so. Okay. So let's go back over here and scale that in a bit. There. Okay. Is that better? No. Okay. Scale that out a little bit more. Okay. I think that's gonna do it. Yeah. That'll do it. Yep, okay. I'm going to do that over here as well. Okay. This needs to get fixed. So actually just scale that. X. Oh. That. Fixes that. Now if we scale this up, it's going to actually give us some issues because it's at an angle. So what we're going to do is time to edit, grab those, and there, eyeball where we want it. It's a little far. That. Turn off snapping, it is in the way. So now that doesn't look even. It's not like that. That should work. Alright. Cool. Alright, cool. And now, let's duplicate this one. Shift D. Just kind of leave it there. We're going to take the scale in the X direction. It's actually object, apply, rotation and scale. Okay, now we're going to take the scale in the x-axis and go -1, which is going to mirror it basically, give us exactly what we want, but for the opposite side. And that should do it. And we also want to apply the scale again, so okay, so we sort of changed the scale to -1, and then we applied it, and it kind of looks funny. That means that our normals have been flipped, and to fix that, it's pretty easy. Just go into edit mode, Control N, and that flips the normals back, and we're all set with that. So let's move on to placing this piece. Oh, let's turn snapping back on. Oh, closest. Okay. And pull it out a bit. How is it over here? That's pretty close to the edge. Oh, I remember. We need to take this and just drag it down to here. Perfect. Alright, it's coming along. Got a few more things to do, and we'll have a complete chair. Okay, so looking at the reference, we just have those 3 bars that kind of go through the front and the back, and then through the middle. So, let's create the cube. Oh, I hit C, not S. And we'll turn off snapping, because again, it gets in the way when you don't need it. Alright. Now, let's take a quick look here. So, kind of is in the center of each leg. It's not really the full width of it, though. So, just scale this down a lot more. And I think it needs to be thinner than it is tall. So we'll scale it along the x-axis a bit. That's good enough. And then scale it along the y. Just enough. And again, our friend the taper. Alright. So, right. I think it's... that's probably good. So all we have to do is go edit, grab this back face here, and boom. Oh, maybe back in there. And recenter it. Is this one centered? Yeah. Alright. So we got that one. It looks a little chunky, so let's actually scale it along the x-axis again. Ah, yes. Changed that a little bit, so it's going to do some funny things. Oh. Yeah, I think that's probably more like it. Don't want it to be too crazy looking. Okay. Edit mode and just pull that back in. There. And that one's still good. Okay. So we kind of did all the work here, so we can do what I did before. Just Shift D, right click, go over, well, first we gotta object, apply scale and rotation, and then we're gonna take the scale on the x-axis, -1, okay, and we're gonna apply that scale and rotation again. There we go, and of course it does that normal flipping, so go into edit mode, Control N. Oh, sorry, gotta select all the vertices. And there we go. Takes care of that. And we can just drag it over here. Make sure it's pretty centered. That should center it in front. Alright. That's 2. Actually, let's bring it up a little. I think let's should select that and just bring it up a bit. Yeah, okay, that works. And one final one just in between those two. So let's Shift-D this. Actually, nah, we'll make a new one. Make a cube. Scale it down. Alright. Scale it some more. I think that's probably pretty close. Well, not really. That should be better. Let's turn on snapping. Kind of just see. Oh, that's actually really good. Okay. So let's go into edit mode, grab that. Let's go into face mode, Control Tab, grab this face, and drag. Oh, that's not going to work. Am I in there? Yeah. That's good. But we want to scale it. So let's scale it along the y-axis. It's y. Oh, not just that. Whole thing. So it's about the same. Okay, that looks pretty good. And just one more thing, just to make sure. Edit mode, select this face. We're going to snap it to here. And the same with this face. Snap to there. There we go. Alright, so that is a chair. And there's all kinds of other things that I'm going to show you just to make it look a little more realistic and less CG, because obviously it's got these very sharp corners and we don't necessarily want that. We'll use the bevel modifier and all kinds of other tricks and we'll just get rid of that. But for now we've got the basic mesh done and let's call it a wrap. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.